Hi, welcome back to Virtually Sunday. My name's Tony Pickler. Rejoice. I say it again, rejoice. We made it. Can you believe it? If Advent had a hump day, this would be it. The third Sunday of Advent is Gaudete Sunday, or Rejoice Sunday. We turn the corner and light the third candle, the pink or rose-colored one. And the presider will be wearing a pink or rose-colored vestment to signify the lightening of this day from the usual purple or violet color. I mean, it's not every day that I wear a rose-colored shirt to create a reflection. But I must admit, I remember a time when I was part of a group that wasn't rejoicing very much. Sister Stephanie Spence, a New Genesis sister from the education staff at the diocese back in the late 80s, early 90s, came to a gathering of religious educators and youth ministry personnel down in Appleton at St. Therese Parish. She was our diocesan rep for the day for this gathering, and it was December, and it had been a long year of faith formation of middle school and high school young people, and it was the middle of winter, and we were all looking a little downcast as Sister Stephanie entered the room and looked around and saw a lot of gloom and doom. She took one look at us, and she said, "What's wrong with you people? Would anyone want to follow you and follow in your footsteps if they looked at your faces? What's wrong with you? Why are you not rejoicing in what you do and what you're able to do with young people and adults in your parishes?" We were not rejoicing. It's hard to rejoice sometimes. Let's face it, 2020 has been a rough road to travel. Personally, I know that I've never had a more challenging year, or certainly a more challenging month, the month of August, as the Norbertine Center for Spirituality closed its doors, and with it, my job came to an end. My wife discovered that she has cancer, and my mom passed away while living in a nursing home. Not a great month, not a great year, and not a lot of reason to rejoice. So this brings us to the readings for Sunday. In the first reading from Isaiah, the Israelites aren't actually rejoicing either. They'd been carried away and spent years in exile in a foreign land. But Israel gives a pep talk to the Israelites. I should say Isaiah gives a pep talk to the Israelites. He reminds them that the Spirit was with them, and they were to do amazing things if they allowed the Spirit to work through them in this difficult time. He wrote, "The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me. He has sent me to bring glad tidings to the poor, to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and release to the prisoners, to announce a year of favor from the Lord and a day of vindication by our God." We know that Jesus used this very same reading in Luke's gospel as he opens the scroll from Isaiah in the temple and lays out his mission statement of what the reign of God would look like. It's an upbeat, purpose-driven mission that will carry him through his ministry throughout the Judean countryside for 3 years. Then Paul, in writing to the Thessalonians in the second reading, tells the people of this community to rejoice as well. He reminds them that they should pray without ceasing and let the Spirit work through them. And finally, we have John the Baptist appearing for the second time in 2 weeks as a precursor to the Messiah, Jesus. He always appears in weeks 2 and 3 of Advent, reminding us that he is testifying to the fact that Jesus was coming. Last week, it was the start of Mark's gospel. And this week, it is the gospel writer John's turn to introduce John the Baptist. And it's hard to miss the word testify and testimony. It appears 4 times in 6 lines. It isn't hard to miss the meaning here either. John is stating his own mission very clearly. He is to be the forerunner to Jesus. While John baptized with water, Jesus would come and baptize with fire and the Spirit. So what about us? Can we see opportunities to rejoice, to see the blessings in life amidst the challenges? A vaccine's on the way for coronavirus. The Packers are on the verge of winning another NFC North Division title. We have the hope of greater unity as a country. There are reasons to rejoice. But we will really rejoice when we are living a life prophesied by Isaiah and emphasized by Jesus, proclaiming glad tidings to those who need an uplifting, positive word, healing the brokenhearted, perhaps those who have lost a loved one during these past 8 months, proclaiming liberty to those who are held captive by addictions or homelessness or the pain of abuse, releasing those imprisoned by bad relationships, painful memories, or unrealized hopes and dreams. Then, maybe 2021 will be a year of favor in the Lord. And then, unlike the faces of those religious educators in Appleton all those years ago, our faces will show the joy, the love, and the peace that is in our hearts. So it's the third Sunday of Advent, and I can't help but close this reflection by breaking out in joyful song. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the dark of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the light of day. Advent peace to you and all those you love.